holding on. They were in action, a massive test. They came into the day with a narrow lead in the NFC North. Half game ahead of Chicago, game and a half clear of Detroit. And yeah, there's a massive test against the Broncos. Josh Jacobs gets the carry, takes it 40 yards to the house. The Packers would be up 23-14 early in the third quarter. As a result, final minute of the third, Broncos down 23-21 and driving. Bo Nix dishes it out. Broncos get the first down, but watch Micah Parsons. Is he grabbing his leg in pain? Adam Schefter says the initial belief is Micah Parsons tore his ACL. There will be further testing to see if that is indeed the case. Micah Parsons, non-contact, goes down, clutching his leg. You can see visibly in pain. Pat Surtain checking on him. Later in the drive, Bo Nix would fire to Troy Franklin in the end zone for the touchdown. The Broncos go up as a result. 50 seconds left, Packers down. 4th and 15, Jordan Love will be hit as he's thrown incomplete. The Broncos would win as a result, 34-26. Here's Packers head coach Matt LaFleur, new on SportsCenter.
That's obviously a really tough night in a lot of ways in regards to losing the football game. Give Denver a ton of credit. That's a really good football team. I thought it was a dogfight for most of the game, and then they kind of ran away with it in the second half. But it was also a double whammy for us, just losing some pieces that are critical for our success. But that's the name of the game. And I told the guys, nobody's going to feel sorry for us, and we got to rally around one another, and everybody's going to have to elevate their play. Yeah, it doesn't look good, so I'll leave it at that. I think same thing that goes through my mind when I see any player for that matter. You don't wish that on anybody. So, but it's obviously tough. I mean, we all know what type of player he is and the impact he's had on our football team. And to lose somebody like that it's tough. But there's, like I said, nobody's gonna feel sorry for us. We got guys got to rally around one another. I don't have an update on that. He did. Yeah, they did a CT or on him, so we'll have more tomorrow for you.
Beyond just the football side of it, how do you keep you guys together emotionally, mentally after the number of guys got hurt and the importance of the guys to keep together?
Well, I think it's easy. I think we got a connected team, and I think I know how our guys will respond, and we got a great test coming up. Going to Chicago, a game that went down to the wire last time we played, and obviously they rolled today, so it's to go back on top of the division. So I know we're going to get their best, and they're going to get our best. And I made a bunch of plays. I mean, we went down, we scored, we got a 3-and-out, and then took a shot, got the coverage we wanted, and Surtain made a hell of a play. So give him a lot of credit. He's one of the best in the business, and it's just good play by him. Yeah, I don't have any updates as far as how long that's going to be. I think long term, I think we're going to be all right, but whether that's a week or 2 or 3, I couldn't tell you. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, but like I said, it's not gonna be one individual that can do that. I think it's the collective. It's everybody playing to the best of their ability, and like I said before, they're gonna have to feed off one another and rally around each other, and it's gonna be opportunities for other guys to get in there, and they're gonna have to be impactful. Yeah, it is what it is. Like everybody faces adversity, everybody faces injuries, everybody has challenges. It's the National Football League, and you can't do anything that's out of your control, and it's all about how you respond to it. And our guys are going to have to get back into the training room and get healthy, and we'll put together a good plan and then just go compete on Saturday night.
So a loss within the loss here for the Green Bay Packers, who fall to a Broncos team that just keeps going. Let's start there first, JJ. This is a Broncos side that no matter how they do it, where they do it, against who, we continue to question if they can go all the way, if they can carry this sort of play to, let's say, San Francisco. What sort of confidence does this type of win build?
It builds a lot of confidence within the team. It also, I think, will build a lot of confidence among the pundits who talk about the Denver Broncos. I don't want to speak for my men up here, but over the last couple of weeks, I know when we talk about the Broncos, we say, yeah, but. And we say, oh, okay, but the first 45 minutes, and then you get lucky Bo Nix in the fourth quarter, and then they all of a sudden, with that great defense, get some losses that turn into wins. In this game, they were down. In this game, in the second half, they came back, and they started that comeback in the third quarter. And it was an entire team effort because they went up, and not in some lucky way, not in some fluke way, as maybe we've seen or you could accuse the Broncos offense of over most of this season. They won this game legitimately over a team competing for the number one seed in their conference and then stopped them on downs. And we're intercepting Jordan Love, who has been playing pretty well as of late. So I want to credit the Denver Broncos for an entire and total team win against a great opponent, something that we have not really truly seen, something that I think this is one of their more legitimate wins of the season.
Mac, you often talk about up in that green room, doctorate level teaching in the back end of marrying your pass rush with coverage in the back end. How'd you see that team do this today? Because we give so much credit up front, but Surtain and the fellas in back, it felt like blanket coverage making everything very hard for Jordan Love today.
This was a great test for Denver because of how hot the Green Bay Packers have been along with their quarterback in Jordan Love. And they got their first round pick back in the lineup in Matthew Golden. So when you talk about seeing this playoff caliber matchup unfold in Denver with their defense, how dominant they've been, I wanted to see what they could do to Jordan Love in terms of making things difficult for him, in terms of having sticky coverage in the back end, which they provided. We saw some holes, some windows of openings for Josh Jacobs, but outside of that, in the fourth quarter, they closed this ball game. That's why if you're an AFC foe, you don't want to go through Denver late January with their defense, with that crowd and that momentum, because they will peel their ears back and they will make you run around the yard like they made Jordan Love run around. So their defense just did what they've been doing the entire season. But the one, I guess, deciding factor for me and what I love and what I wanted to see was Bo Nix.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to see from Bo Nix. And I know Micah Parsons left this game in the fourth quarter, I think it was because of the knee injury. But while he was in the game, Micah got after Bo. It did not matter. Bo ran around, he made plays, he was efficient, and he threw with confidence. This was his best game today, in my opinion. I know he had a 3-touchdown game against Indy early in the year, but when you look at how efficient he was today, no interceptions. I mean, 4 touchdowns, over 300 yards, completed 67% against those pass rushers from Green Bay. This is what we wanted to see. Now you have a newfound sense of confidence with Denver, because if you look at the past Super Bowl winning championship teams, their quarterback started to thrive in December, which led to that same momentum in January, which led to them hoisting the sticky Lombardi. If Bo, we don't need to see this all the time, Bo, but in terms of just the efficiency and the timely playmaking that he provided today, this team can be scary and they can win it all.
Yeah. Staying around and staying in the fight is in their DNA. And that's what we've seen from the Denver Broncos, especially when you talk about Bo Nix. To your point, I agree with you wholeheartedly. This was the best game he's played from a situational standpoint. Think about it. We watched that 4th and 3, and they didn't try to just get the first down. He went for the jugular. He got a deep throw, perfectly thrown, outstretched reach arms of Sutton, I believe it was. So it was a great decision by him. And also, you talk about the defensive line of the Denver Broncos. I mean, I just like the fact that they went out there and heated up Jordan Love in that second half, in that fourth quarter. He didn't play good at all in the fourth quarter. And so when you look at everyone on that team, Afunga making plays, flying across the field, staying in the fight, Bo Nix doing things above the X's and O's. And so when you force some of these bad decisions for these other teams, you have all the success you see out there. And Bo Nix, to me, when you play like this, when the team plays like this against that opponent, even staying in the fight ties to the defense backs. How many times they got called for ticky-tack PIs and it just came back the next play, made a play, turned the ball over. So this was a great team win. Guys, that DNA that they have on their roster right now, this can go a long way for them.
Let's stamp this one the Bo Shows performance. Because he's shown you that in a cross-conference clash, in a big-time moment, he can be the best quarterback on the field. Jordan Love played competent football once again, made some really nice passes in the first half. But when we're looking at this Green Bay Packers team holistically, a couple big losses within this one as well. We don't know the extent of the injury for Christian Watson. It's feared to be an ACL for Micah Parsons. So if you're talking about power ranking the most important pieces of the Green Bay Packers, I think undoubtedly you'd say Jordan Love number 1, you'd say Micah Parsons number 2, and Christian Watson might be there at number 3. Josh Jacobs, we're not here to do a power rankings list, but 2 of the biggest pieces now in question, one almost certainly done for the season, Mac. What does this day mean for the Green Bay Packers, who now do give chase as they go into that head-to-head with the Chicago Bears, the Bears now first in the North?
It's devastating. It's devastating because of how important Micah Parsons is for their organization. But you also have to factor in Micah became even more important when they lost Wyatt weeks ago, their best interior defensive lineman. So you already